iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Full-Time Fantasy Show. FulltimeFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Full-Time Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Dr. Roto, get out the insurance cards, get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. All right, let's get to some news and notes. We'll talk a little bit about last night's massacre. The Patriots not only win last night, but they acquire Mohamed Sanu for a second-round pick. And you're saying to yourself, second-round pick seems pretty high. It is pretty high for Sanu, so good job for the Falcons there to get the second-round pick. But for the Patriots, I like the move. Sanu plays an under game, right? He's not your deep threat. He's your under game. And where does Brady throw the ball best? Underneath, right? Sanu is going to be like a human cash register. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. 5, 6, 7 catches a week, 60, 70 yards, somewhere between 12 and 16 fantasy points a week. It's not sexy. Right? It's not sexy, but it's good enough to help you guys win, to help us win, right? So that's the beautiful thing about a guy like Sanu. He's not a sexy player at all, and I didn't like him in Atlanta, but with Tom Brady, I like Tom Brady because Mohamed Sanu is going to get open. He knows how to get open. That's what's good. All right. Jalen Samuels is back practicing a little bit. That's a good sign. Sterling Shepard feels confident that he's going to play again this season. That's a great sign. Mike Zimmer says Adam Thielen has a chance to play Thursday. I just don't see it. I don't know why you'd need him to be out there. That seems to be a big old mistake for me. Adrian Peterson has a high ankle sprain, so I think you're looking... I know Chris Thompson's battering turf toe. You got no Darius Geis. Are you looking at Wendell Smallwood? I just got a cold chill in my Florida apartment just even talking about that. All right, let's get to Week 7, the last game of the week. How bad were the New York Jets? It all started from the first drive. The Patriots had the ball for what seemed like an hour. The Jets couldn't stop them. Sam Darnold seeing ghosts. And he goes 11 for 32 for 86 yards and 4 picks. I mean, that is epically bad. Epically bad. I mean, thank God for Le'Veon Bell and 70 yards rushing, but because the rest of the team did nothing. Now, look, I'm going to shock you here. I think Sam Darnold's going to be a good play next week in DFS because nobody's going to want to touch him. He's going to be radioactive. Now, here's the interesting thing. If he can come back next week against the Jaguars, there's hope. But if he has another game like this, you got to worry about it. You got to start pressing Mitch Trubisky panic button. Beep, 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 beep. Problem here. Problem. We have issues for New England. How good is that defense? Their offense looks beatable. The defense, unbeatable. Seriously. But Edelman, White, they needed that receiver. Dorsett and Myers, not good enough. Just kudos for the Patriots for getting the right guy that they need to help them. And I love that getting Sanu. Sony Michel, 19 carries, 42 yards, 3 touchdowns. Hopefully you played him in fantasy. If you did, you might be my rich friend right now. All right, so let's take a look at some waiver wire plays. We'll talk more about this tomorrow, a little today, a little tomorrow. Let's do some quarterback. Some guys that I wrote about in my article that you could find at fulltimefantasy.com. Enter the promo code Roto for Roto50 for 50% off your first 2 months. Ryan Tannehill, just played Tannehill. I think this guy's worth a couple of bucks. Why not? He's giving them balance. They've got players. Corey Davis, good player. A.J. Brown, good player. Delaney Walker, good player when he's not hurt. Adam Humphries, good player. So, all you needed was a good quarterback, and you make all these guys better, which helps Derrick Henry. Boom. Ryan Tannehill, decent. Derek Carr, that team is winning. Shockingly, that team is winning. They didn't win last week, but they're doing well this year. I think Derek Carr is certainly somebody, if you're desperate for a quarterback, you could use him. How about Ryan Fitzmagic? He played great against Buffalo. He played inspired football. I love watching this guy play. He's like the ultimate in backup quarterbacks to me. He's not a great player, but he tries his butt off. Let me give you a couple more names. Dwayne Haskins and Ryan Finley and Chase Daniel. Why? Because Case Keenum is poo-poo, Andy Dalton is terrible, and Mitch Trubisky is worse than terrible. I think that the law firm of Haskins, Finley, and Daniel might just be starting a few. Haskins could be starting in week 9. Ryan Finley could be starting pretty soon too. And Mitch Trubisky, it's really hard to watch. It is brutal to watch. What about Nick Foles? Gardner Minshew's been good, right? Gardner Minshew's been good, but Nick Foles, he got all the money. And the Jaguars are going to want to pay. They paid him money. They want to play him. You pay, you play. That's how it works. So if you're needing a quarterback right now and you've lost all faith in Sam Darnold as your backup, maybe Nick Foles is your kind of guy. Running backs. Do I even need to talk about Chase Edmonds? I'm not even going to do that because you know we've talked about him before. How many weeks? It's like Juju. I gave you Chase Edmonds weeks ago. People are acting, oh, get Chase Edmonds now. Really? That's why you listen to Dr. Roto. I hook you up with guys like this weeks ago. Not days ago, not hours ago. Crazy. All right, now, Detroit situation. Ty Johnson, better runner. J.D. McKissick, better receiver. Kerryon Johnson's going to miss time. Fact. So you might want to be in on Ty Johnson. You might want to be on McKissick. If you're in a PPR league, you're okay with McKissick because there will be a premium on Ty Johnson. Mark Walton. I've talked to you about Mark Walton. You got to be in on Mark Walton right now. Kenyon Drake is going to get traded. It's just a matter of when, not if. That guy's done. Mark Walton looked explosive against the Bills last week. I thought he ran beautifully. And he can also catch the ball. Had like 5 or 6 catches last week. Go get Mark Walton now. Now. If you're desperate for a running back, you're not going to be able to get him after this week. Kareem Hunt, Jeff Wilson, right? These are guys you might want to look at. Just throwing them out there. I mean, I'm trying to think of other guys. Singletary, all those guys are taken, right? Or most of these guys are taken. Darrell Williams, maybe, in case LaShawn McCoy or Damian Williams gets hurt. Maybe somebody drop Darrell Williams. You could stash him. That might be interesting as well. All right, and wide receiver, Kenny Stills. Love me some Kenny Stills. Okay? No Will Fuller? I'm in on Kenny Stills. Okay? Don't go crazy on Zach Pascal. He's good. He's not great. I like Kiki Kuti. You got Stills, you got Hopkins, and you got QT. You got to go in on QT too, right? He's pretty good. Danny Amendola. I like Danny Amendola. Why? Because without Kerryon Johnson, they're going to throw more. They're going to be more of a West Coast offense, and Danny Amendola is always open. Here's the problem. The problem is he always gets hurt. So, don't spend too much on him. You spend $280 on him, he gets hurt next week, you just blew $280. You spend $28 on him, it's worth every penny. So, I like him. I like QT. I like Preston Williams. I like Adam Humphries and A.J. Brown and Corey Davis. I like all those Titan guys. You can spend on them now. Olabisi Johnson, just for this week. I think Thielen will be out. That's the smart course of action. So, Olabisi Johnson, interesting this week. Jaron Brown, interesting this week. Deontay Johnson, doubt he's available in your league, but interesting. Playing Miami. Everybody's interested against Miami. All right, tight ends. Here's some names for you. Jonnu Smith. Once again, if Delaney Walker's out, you want your Titans. Irv Smith. Starting to play a little bit more. I don't love me Kyle Rudolph. Irv Smith's real deal. The island of Foster Moreau. Look, here's the deal about Moreau. Darren Waller, sensational. But what if Darren Waller gets hurt? Moreau is going to get a lot of those targets. So I like him. Jimmy Graham is interesting to me. Aaron Rodgers playing much better this year. And finally, Dallas Goedert. He is the ultimate what-if guy to me. Why? Because what if Zach Ertz gets injured? What if Zach Ertz is gone? If Zach Ertz is out, wouldn't Dallas Goedert be a top 5 tight end in fantasy football? I think he would be. So I want you guys to start thinking like that. There are certain players who have limited upside. And I think Adam Humphries, for example, fits this bill. Ronas and I were talking about this yesterday. Adam Humphries is like a 12-point guy. It's good, not bad, not going to kill you. But is he really a 20-point guy? No. Why is Dallas Goedert interesting? Because Dallas Goedert gets you 6 to 9 points a week. But if Zach Ertz were to get hurt, he'd get you 18 to 20. So I want to start adding guys right now who can get me 15 to 20 points. What if? Right? The what if guys. What if this guy gets hurt? If you look at my teams, who are my backup running backs? Alexander Mattison, Chase Edmonds, Devin Singletary, Mark Walton. That's who I went in on. Any one of those starters gets hurt or is out for any length of time, boom. Dalvin Cook gets hurt, boom. I got Madison everywhere. Everywhere. No, look, Cook has been great. Good for him. But I'm just waiting on the minute. I figured that Alexander Mattison was going to get 3 starts this year. Don't know when, but he's going to get it. That's what we need to do right now. We need to start to position ourselves. And I will talk about this on tomorrow's podcast. Positioning ourselves for the next step, which is what? The final quarter of the year. We're halfway through the year. We got to get to the final quarter of the year. What do we do from weeks 12, 13, 14, 15, 16? You can't prepare for those weeks, week 11. You got to start thinking about it now. And that's what I'm going to teach you to do. And you know when I'm going to teach you to do that? I'm going to begin teaching it to you on tomorrow's podcast. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. My Start Sit article will be up on si.com/fantasy. Take a look at it. All right? This is Dr. Roto saying be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to Full Time Fantasy. There's never been a better time to join and go full time. Visit fulltimefantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO50 for 50% off your first 2 months. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time.